Hey yo, peace, Juice the Metaphysical. I'm back in the building with another video for y'all. I gotta keep up with this content. And plus, man, listen, this is my space, right? I use this platform just to be in my teaching mode, right? And it's really not I'm not teaching from a point of view to try to persuade or convince anyone of anything that I speak about. Really, the greatest teachers, what they're gifted at is how they bring the best out their students, right? So a great teacher or a great leader or a great counselor never really try to control their pupils or their subjects or their students. They allow their students to think freely, to make choices freely. Nothing is by control, right? So, you could tell if you're dealing with a righteous teacher or a righteous counselor if they really want you to be better than them, right? You a great teacher if you want your students to be better than yourself. Facts, right? That lets you know that teacher's more righteous. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So, hey, that's what I am. Juice the Metaphysical. Y'all know I'm a Life Path 11 master teacher, all right? So, on this video, what I'm about to do, though, right? What I'm about to do in this video, y'all, I'm about to give y'all the secret to unlocking the codes of this matrix, right? The secret to unlocking the codes of this matrix. Now, let me give a disclaimer. Listen, I know I ain't got no shirt on. I'm out here bareback, you know what I'm saying? Like raw sex, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no shirt on. Listen, man, if you feel some type of way about me not having a shirt on, man, just exit stage left. You ain't got to watch this video. Um, Listen, man, at the end of the day, you should just be your natural self. Like, sometimes I don't want to wear a shirt. You feel me? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes in my house, if the kids ain't home, and just me and wifey, I walk around butt naked. Facts. Nigga. Like, listen, I like to dress like I'm in them third world countries. You know how they be having the little leagues that be covering up their privates. Women be walking around with their titties out. You know what I'm saying? Ass out. Listen, I'm not conformed by this patriarchal society. Facts. Like this society that's been led by man, right? I'm not conformed by that. Listen, I live in the spiritual essence, not the physical essence. The reason why a lot of people be looking at those who are unclothed or who have a lot of their body parts revealing is because they've been programmed to think that you have to cover yourself up. Once again, that is a man-made way of thinking, right? So, and that's one of my points on this video. So I just had to make that disclaimer. If you got an issue with me at night with a shirt on, I'm sorry. Uh, I ain't got no extensive wardrobe. Honestly, I don't buy clothes like that. Honestly, I just really don't. I'd rather spend my money on my kids, family. That's just what it is. All right. So what I did was I wrote, or not wrote, but I typed a list of things, right? Where in order to understand how this matrix works, in order to know the truth, in order to unlock the codes of this matrix, right? Now, what is this matrix? This matrix is the physical world. The physical world is the matrix. Your outer world is the matrix. Everything you view outwardly, when you look outwardly, like it could be for education, it could be for news, it could be for religion, it could be to follow celebrities, stars, rappers, entertainers, athletes. A lot of us look outwardly, right? When we are navigating through life, right? That is the matrix. The matrix wants you to look outwardly. And this is why media is prominent in this day and age. Media is prominent, and I tell a lot of people right now, man. I like anybody who know me, anybody who talk to me. I tell like everybody who fuck with me. I tell them media is one of the new age gods. Yes, you got old age gods, right? You got gods that are old age from the past, and then you got modern gods, right? And two of the modern gods right now, presently speaking, 2025, is media and money. That's why on money they print "In God We Trust" on the money. And a lot of people do view money as a god because people will sell their soul for the dollar bill. They will do things that go against their morals, that go against their principles for the dollar bill. All right. So now we have to understand that we live in a matrix. So how do you combat this matrix? How do you know the truth in this matrix? Because a lot of times we think we know the truth, but a lot of times we look outwardly for the truth, right? And that is one of the biggest downfalls of man, that we look outwardly to try to find the hidden treasures. We look outwardly to try to find what is truthful, what is your purpose. We never look within. But that's the matrix was designed for you to look outwardly, okay? So what I'm about to do right now, yo, is give the codes to how to unlock the matrix. All right. So listen, man, if you watch this video, listen, pour you up a shot if you drink. If you don't drink, like, man, roll you up a blunt. If you don't smoke, like, get your favorite food, get your favorite snacks. Cause listen, man, this gonna be a little one on videos, man. Like, I don't want to rush my points. However, I'm not trying to make this video super long. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just want to get all the information out there for my audience, right? So just remember, this information is not to convince y'all, persuade y'all, or make y'all think that anything I say is true. Y'all know the my goal is just to expand your consciousness, right? It's to expand your consciousness and allow you to see things from a different point of view. That's it. That's it. You don't gotta believe everything I say. However, use your mind. The mind is all. The mind is unlimited. That's the first universal law of mentalism. Use your mind. A powerful mind can control an empire with someone else's hands. Facts. So listen, hey, what Debo do? Like what Smokey said Friday? I got mind control over Debo. You know what I'm saying? But listen, if you got mind control over someone, you can control their physical. That's just facts. You control someone's mind, you control their body. And you're like a puppet master, and they're your puppet, and you will have them obeying to your every will. All right. So let's get into it. All right. So the secrets to unlocking the truth in this matrix, or the codes. All right. The secret to unlocking this matrix is to know that what we've been told about life, what we've been educated on, what we believe is truth, what we've been taught through the school system, through the religious systems, through the media. The key is to do the opposite of what we were taught. The truth resides in the opposite of everything that we were taught from a youngin'. All right. So I'm gonna give y'all some examples. All right. So bear with me. All right. So let me just take me a little shot. Y'all know, listen, I celebrate my wins over here. You feel me? Like, I be celebrating my wins. I'm winning in life. You gotta celebrate. All right. So this first point I'm gonna make is fitting because I'm over here bare chested, you know what I'm saying? like Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying, with Justin Timberlake. She had a baby, he exposed her chest, bare chested. I mean, so you know, I gotta throw a little bars there. All right, so nakedness is truly godliness. Let me repeat myself. Nakedness is really godliness. All right. So we've been taught that third world countries, right, that have people that's out there basically butt naked or just covering their private parts, right? Or, basically that's it. They cover their private parts. We've been taught that them are third world countries. Them are primitive areas in life. They're primitive to the industrialized areas in life, right? You know, we've been taught that, you know, those who live in nature are primitive, right? Like they're third world countries. Basically, we've been programmed to think that they're beneath us. However, they're really more in tune with the spiritual realm. They're really more in tune with nature. This is why the Matrix or the elite, they coined them as third world countries to basically make you feel like they're below us, like they're primitive. Um, they're not industrialized. They just climb trees, you know what I'm saying, walk around butt naked and all that. No, it's not that. Y'all gotta realize in the West, right? When I say the West, I'm talking about the Western Hemisphere, North America, South America, all the countries in them hemispheres, even Europe. I don't think Europe, Western Hemisphere. That's more like the middle. Even a lot of parts of Africa and Asia. A lot of these areas have been heavily sexualized. All right. So what I mean by they being heavily sexualized is meaning a lot of people can't look in a lot of these countries, a lot of people can't look at someone naked without trying to think about having sex with them. That is really a primitive mindset, right? If you see someone butt naked and you have sexual urges, the first thing that come to your mind is, ooh, like I want to do something to them on a sexual manner. You have a primitive mindset. Y'all gotta realize sex deals with the sacral chakra, which is the second chakra. It's right above the root chakra. These are lower dimensional entities or lower dimensional things. Sex is a lower dimensional thing when you're trying to use it for sexual pleasure. So a lot of times we laugh at like these countries where these women be having their titties out. But you know, y'all want to know one thing about those individuals and countries that walk around then they're naked? They don't sex shame each other. They don't hoe shame each other. They don't sexualize each other. They're able to communicate. They're able to gather. They're able to build and uplift one another, even booty, butt, hole naked. Like, first of all, we come in this world butt naked. So we come in this world butt naked. We've been taught to look at other people who are naked like they're you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we look at them like they ignorant. Let's just be 100, man. We look at them like they're ignorant, like they can't afford clothes. They're a broke country. They're poor, not realizing they're not really connected to the physical. They're more in tune with the spiritual. The spiritual realm is different than the physical. The spiritual realm is more powerful than the spiritual. I mean, than the physical, right? The spiritual realm is more powerful than the physical. So we already existed in the spiritual realm before we existed in the physical realm. So while we out here shaming those individuals who are naked, they are really more in tune with nature more than us, and we're fully clothed. And a lot of us don't realize that the clothes you wear, the shoes you wear, these material things that we put in our body, it lowers your vibration. That's why people in like these third world countries, in reality, they're more, we call them primitive, but they're more advanced. Facts. They're really more advanced because they don't wear clothes like we wear clothes. Cotton, right? Rubber was in the soles of your shoes, the soles, cotton, rubber. These things lower your vibration. Y'all gotta realize this was all done by design. Your oppressors knew this. Your oppressors gained the knowledge, ancient knowledge, and already understood that a lot of these clothes that we wear, the material that make up these clothes lower your vibration. So when they lower your vibration, you're disconnected from nature. You're disconnected from nature. A lot of us want to go put on designer shoes to look fly for women, but there's a disconnect with nature because your feet is not grounded with nature. We're really supposed to be walking barefooted. Facts. But see, a primitive mind will not understand that, but we call them primitive. But really, we the primitive ones. You see what I'm saying? It's reverse. The matrix is reversed. You see what I'm saying? Like we dog them and laugh at them, but really they laughing at us. Nakedness is really godliness. Facts. I'm just saying, man. Like that's one of them. All right. So a lot of times we look down on third world countries. Them third world countries, they can control weather. They can control things in the spiritual realm. Go watch a lot of movies. Like I just watched the King Kong Godzilla movie. It's the movie where King Kong and Godzilla teamed up together. I think it came out 2024, so it's like a recent movie. And when they went to Hollow Earth, that tribe civilization, go watch that movie. They was in tune, very much in tune, way more in tune than big cities that resides in all these countries. Facts. Go watch that movie. That movie, if you watch that movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. Where a lot of these third world countries is really more advanced than people out here wearing Balenciaga, Gucci, Prada, all these expensive clothing and designer wear that's only lowering your frequency. That's why they can manipulate spiritual realms more than you. Facts, all right? So that's one of them. Nakedness is really godliness, all right? So another one is matriarchal society is greater than patriarchal society. Facts. Matriarchal society is greater than patriarchal society. Now, if you look at the matrix right now, you understand we live in a patriarchal society. Everything is basically man-made, or everything is designed to look at the man as the leader or at the top of everything. I mean, it's even to the point when we look at God, right? We look at God and we call God a man. Yes. When y'all pray to God, what y'all say? My heavenly Father. I pray to you, God, my heavenly Father, which I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. Once again, this video is not trying to attack anybody's thoughts, beliefs, ideologies. It's not, I know. It's only to offer a perspective, right? So the fact that we live in a patriarchal society, we've been taught that man was first and a woman came from that man's rib, and then the child came after. But if you look at nature, let me know what species in nature where life comes from the male counterpart. I'll wait. I'll wait. I mean, seahorses. Seahorses. I mean, seahorses are the only ones I could think of that the males give birth, right? That's the only species I could think of. If y'all know another species, please drop in the comments and enlighten me. I'm not all knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things I gotta learn too. But however, if you look at nature, everything comes from the womb, man, the woman, the womb. All right. So we were taught that man is greater than woman, not realizing that woman is really the true God. We live in a patriarchal society. Now y'all gotta understand that the original Trinity is spirit, mind, body. That's the original Trinity. Before it was man, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Before it was man, woman, and child. The original Trinity was mind, soul, body. All right. Now, if you understand genders, if you understand genders on, okay, let me say this. All right. Those who look at life on a human stance, when you look at life through your human eyes, you think gender is only based on man and woman. You don't realize that there's a masculine and feminine energies that exist in the mind and in the mental realm and the spiritual realm. All right. A lot of people don't understand this. So a lot of times when we navigate through this matrix, you meet people, oh, you acting feminine. We quick to tell a man he acting feminine, right? Because of his mannerisms. But what y'all niggas don't realize, a lot of y'all act feminine when you use your intuition. Using your intuition is a form of the feminine mind. That's the spiritual mind. That's the right brain, or the AKA the subconscious. Y'all gotta realize genders, as far as male and female, on the physical level only exists in this third dimension. However, the mental realms have masculine and feminine properties. The spiritual realm has masculine and feminine properties. One of the universal laws is law of gender. Everything has masculine and feminine properties, right? So when we live in a patriarchal society, if you understand the conscious mind is masculine. The subconscious mind is feminine. All right. So the fact that we live in a patriarchal society, we only use a small percent of our mind because our mind is more corresponding to the conscious realm, aka the masculine realm, which was put on us by the matrix. This is why we live in a patriarchal society, right? Y'all gotta realize, man, listen, a lot of y'all be thinking like the Illuminati is like a bunch of rich people and wealthy people. Man, nah, like that's what they want y'all to think. The true real Illuminati is sorcerers, wizards, witches, people who cast spells. The real Illuminati, y'all don't see. Y'all do not see at all. No, they do their work in the darkness, right? Because they want to remain unseen, unknown. That's the real Illuminati. They are the ones who is really creating this matrix, and the way this matrix was designed, the way this matrix was built. They are the ones who are basically the puppet masters of this matrix. So it's not by coincidence that we live in a patriarchal society. It's not by coincidence. That's why a lot of people only use a small percentage of their mind, because the masculine mind is limited. It's not like the feminine mind. The masculine mind needs logic. It needs reason to understand. The feminine mind is illogical. It goes off feelings. The feminine mind know everything exists. You don't have to put a you have to put ration to it, or you don't have to put reasoning to it or logic. Whenever you're trying to define something, you're masculine. Whenever you just let things flow and let things be, you're feminine. That's the feminine mind. If I told y'all we could go through these walls, we have the power to walk through walls, or we have the power to fly, y'all would say, Juice, that's illogical. No, we can't. You know why y'all would say that? Because y'all have no, like, y'all want a definition. Y'all want to define things. So y'all put reasoning on everything. So that's the reason why we live in a patriarchal society, because y'all want to put logic to everything. Logic diminishes your vibration. Reasoning diminishes your vibration, because you don't believe things exist unless you got reasoning to it. That's lower vibratory. That's patriarchal society. Y'all see what I'm saying? This is why they want y'all to live in a patriarchal society. This is why they want y'all to think man is the ruler, man is control. Woman came first. And then listen, and that's a whole other video I gotta make for that, right? That's a whole other video. So we live in a patriarchal society. What's the opposite of that? Matriarchal society. So my next point I'm about to get into is about to correlate with what I just said. Conspiracy theorists are your modern day oracles. All right. Well, I gotta take a shot to this. I gotta take a shot to this, man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So your conspiracy theorists are your modern day oracles, right? So we live in the matrix where we downplay the wisdom or the insight of conspiracy theorists, right? Y'all got to realize the term conspiracy theorist is not that old. It's not that old. The government came up with that term conspiracy theorist, I want to say like in the 60s or 70s. I don't know the exact date, but I really want to say it was in the 60s, 70s. It's barely 50 years old, the term conspiracy theorist. Y'all got to realize the orchestrators of this matrix they're more in tune what's going on than the average person. They tell us to not engage in certain things like sorcery, magic, spell work, astrology, numerology. They tell us them things are demonic, it's wicked, it's satanic. However, they're using them same tools to keep you in a spell, to keep you in a twilight zone. The same things they tell y'all that's demonic, the same thing they tell y'all that's Satanist and evil, they're using that to control you. And you know what's crazy? I didn't even put that on that list. And that's another thing. Anything they tell y'all that's demonic is really godly. The opposite. I told y'all the matrix, you want not a matrix work, you got to do the opposite. The truth resides in the opposite of what they tell y'all. So anything they tell y'all that's evil is really godly. Because the same thing they telling y'all that's evil, they using it against y'all. So conspiracy theorists are really your modern day oracles. Y'all do realize when we was living in a matriarchal society, women ruled the planet. And when I say women ruled the planet because we was more in tune spiritually. Everything wasn't physical. Y'all got to realize we live in a 3D dimension. Everything is lower density. It's lower dense. That's why it's third dimension. There's dimensions that exist way higher than this third dimension. That is the spiritual and mental realms. In order to connect to them dimensions that goes way beyond this third dimension, you have to connect to the mental and spiritual realms. And women are more advanced in the spiritual realm. They're more in tune with the spiritual realm. That's why the feminine mind is more powerful than the masculine mind. However, both is needed for balance, right? But the spiritual mind will allow you to navigate in the unseen world, that inner world, that darkness, the world that's within yourself. That is the true world. The matrix is the world outside of yourself. That's why the matrix wants you to look outside of you for everything. And with the conspiracy theorists, right? The conspiracy theorists possess spiritual gifts that allows them to see things that's playing out right before our eyes, but they're not presently there to see things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to realize we have spiritual gifts. We always talk about the physical senses, touch, smell, feel, taste, seeing, all that. We have spiritual senses as well. One of them is clairvoyance. We got clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairgustance, clairtangency, clairsalience. Right? You know what I'm saying? You notice all the clairs in front of them. And like, we're not talking about Claire Hustable, y'all. A lot of y'all be thinking me Claire. No, we're not talking about Claire Hustable, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. These are your spiritual gifts. Now, Claire is a word that means, because you see when I name all them terms, Claire means clear, right? So there's people who have abilities to see things and not naturally be there present. You don't think the people in the matrix know this? The people who create this matrix know our gifts. They know that there's supernatural beings that exist amongst this planet. So there are people that are able to see things that's going on presently speaking without physically being there because they're spiritually in tune. There's people who have the gifts to be at these Illuminati meetings, not presently there, but their spirit is there. They soul is there. When they sleep, they astral travel there to know what's going on. So when they sleep, they see these visions in their dreams, and really our dreams is really reality. That's one another point. I'm gonna get there, so I'm jumping the gun. But there's people who have these spiritual gifts where they could see things, they could taste things, they could smell things that's not and hear things where there's nothing around them. So they have gifts, spiritual gifts, where they're able to know what's going on. So the orchestrators of this matrix knows that there's people out here that have them supernatural gifts. So in order to downplay their wisdom, to downplay their intuition, to downplay their insight, what term would you want to come up with? Conspiracy theorists. It's all reverse psychology. It's all reverse psychology. Y'all got to realize when we was in a matriarchal society, women ruled. Now, there was a king that was ruler. Men rule in the physical. That's why men are more physically stronger, right? Where men are built to be stronger physically. Women rule in the spiritual. So y'all got to realize when I say they were live like societies was better than matriarchal society, is not saying that like man was beneath woman. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they was more in tune with the spiritual realm. They was just more in tune with the spiritual. They did so. Y'all got to realize the greatest kingdoms had great kings, but what made them kings great were the oracles. Now, the oracles consisted of the women, especially the melanated, carbonated women, because they're more in tune with nature. They're more in tune with the time. They're able to travel and navigate through different time zones. They're able to navigate through the spiritual realm. Y'all gotta realize the spiritual realm have no time. There's no time construct in the spiritual realm that only exists in the physical realm. That's why people can foresee the future. They can have a prediction of what's going to happen that never happened in the physical because the spiritual lets you see things before it actually manifests in the physical. So what these oracles were gifted at were they were able to see famine, disease. They were able to see weather happening. They had a vision to see an enemy of that kingdom prepping to go to war with that particular kingdom. They had these visions, and what they would do, these oracles would go back and tell the king about their visions, and the king would prepare the kingdom for what's to come based off the visions that oracle seen. So if the oracle told the king it was famine coming, they would overstock on food. Y'all see what I'm saying? If that oracle told the king that there's an enemy trying to rise up against us, that's prepping to go to war with us, that king will listen to that oracle, which is the woman, melanated woman, and he would prepare his army. They would prepare the kingdom, set up booby traps, they would have defenses that would combat any type of interference or any type of presence coming to try to destroy that kingdom. This is why I say a matriarchal society was more prominent. And when I say your oracles or your modern day conspiracy theorists, is because they want to downplay those who have them spiritual gifts. That's why they call them conspiracy theorists. It's all mind control. All right. So what's the reverse of a conspiracy theorist? Oracle. That's the reverse. All right. What y'all think about that? Am I juicing? I don't like to sound cooking. I don't like to sound cooking. I like to sound juicing. They call me Juice the Metaphysical. I like to sound juicing because juices just sound more healthier. You feel me? All right, let's move along. Okay. Your modern day heroes are really your villains, and your villains are really your modern day heroes. All right. So when we were taught in school about certain individuals, especially in the history books, it's crazy. History books. You break down history, his story. His. See, you see where that patriarchal come back in? Patriarchal him. His story. How come we never heard about her story? How come we never heard about her story? Think about that. Because they know about her story, make you more powerful. That's a whole other video, man. But in the history books, we were taught about the Christopher Columbuses, these George Washingtons, all the presidents, Napoleon, Constantine, um, Alexander. What nothing great about it. I ain't about to, they call him Alexander the Great in the history books, and wasn't nothing great about him, man. That man was a destroyer. He went around stealing, pillaging, raping, killing. Like, there's nothing great about that. You're disconnected from nature. You don't go around killing all that. You listen, anytime you're connected, whenever you have a soul, you're connected to everything. That's why you don't do certain things, because you're connected to the same thing that you're trying to destroy, right? You only destroy things when it's beneficial towards the progress of yourself, or try to protect your family, or you allow nature to destroy things because sometimes in order to build, you got to destroy. All right. But when you just go around because you a tyrant or you an evil dictator just raping people for their resources, their land, no, there's nothing godly about that. However, they praise them individuals in the history books. Them are really the villains. So who we don't praise in the history books, we don't praise Malcolm X. They don't give Malcolm X's props like that. They don't praise Shaka Zulu. They don't give Shaka Zulu his props like that. They don't praise Marcus Garvey. They don't give him props like that. Hey, they was praising W.E.D. Du Bois more than Marcus Garvey. And W.E.D. Du Bois, W.E.B. Du Bois was going against the Marcus Garvey movement. He was an agent. And listen, I'm sorry to say this, y'all. Martin Luther King was an agent too. I'm sorry, like those who might have sensitive ears, I apologize. Once again, I'm not trying to like make nobody feelings hurt. Like that's not my mission. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just speaking my truth. Martin Luther King was an agent. He was a part of the Boule. The Boule was a group of black individuals that are oppressors, aka white individuals. They place these leaders in our society to appear as leaders. However, they was following the agenda of the oppressors. It was all an illusion. And I'm sorry, Martin Luther King was a part of that. That's why they gave him a holiday. Listen, anybody they gave a holiday was villains. Fast. They were villains. I'm sorry. They give heroes holidays. Another hero was Adolf Hitler. Facts. That's another hero. And I know y'all don't want to hear that story, like, because a lot of y'all been programmed and brainwashed to feel like Adolf Hitler was evil. I got a video going in on Adolf Hitler in my archives. Go check that out. So I'm not really about to go in on Adolf Hitler on this video, but I got a video on Adolf Hitler, right? And what his true, like what he really was about, what his true character was. Go check out that video. I broke it down, you know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, oh, Juice, you tripping, because y'all been programmed, y'all been brainwashed, man. It's all good. Sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, you have to unlearn what you learn. Once, let me repeat that. You have to unlearn what you have learned. Because a lot of what we learned was to keep you at a lower vibration. It was to keep you dense down. It was to keep you at a human state of consciousness. It was to keep you miseducated, indoctrinated, and man, you have no power because you don't believe, right? Like, all right, so yes, everything is reversed. So a lot of people they say was our heroes, aka the presidents, they really was villains, man. They was villains, man. But a lot of people they say was the bad guy, they really the heroes, and you can see that now. So anytime when you watch media, because I tell y'all, media is one of the modern day gods. Media is. That's why a lot of people get their information, their source of energy from the media, social media, mainstream media. A lot of people's truth come from the media. It controls people's minds. That's a god. Like people out here worshiping media. You remember when TikTok was canceled for like 6 hours, man? Like people was losing their minds. Like I heard true story. I heard the suicidal hotline when TikTok was shut down for like 6 hours. They said the suicidal hotline was at an all-time high. People people don't know how to go live in the wilderness without internet, without PlayStation, Xbox, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. But we call them people in third world countries primitive. They ain't got none of that. But we call them primitive. But y'all Negroes out here attached to these man-made systems, these material things. A lot of y'all crying and complaining, probably beat your girl, probably beat your boyfriend, your husband, wife, because they took TikTok off. Crazy work, man. Listen, if you can't disconnect from social media for over 24 hours, you lost, man. You lost. I'm sorry, you lost. You need to hit the reset button, come back, because you're gonna come back. You die, you're gonna come back. Trust me. That's another video, but hit the reset. But you're lost, man. You're a virus to this planet. I'm sorry. I said what I said. You feel some type of way, don't watch me. I'm sorry. Listen, I gotta speak my mind. I can't fake the funk. I don't like lying. I can only be me. I embrace my uniqueness. That's what makes me me. You feel me? All right. So another one is America is the motherland. Africa is not. Y'all got to realize we've been taught that Africa is the motherland, right? But y'all got to realize why would your oppressors, the individuals who want to oppress you, who know your worth, who know how valuable you are, why would they tell you the truth? In the history books, we were taught that we all came from Africa, which is bullshit. We all did come from Africa. A lot of us was already here in America. Facts. Y'all gotta realize, man. Like sometimes, listen, I overthink. I'm sorry, I overthink, and I like that I overthink because you can't run game on somebody who think too much. I'm sorry, because I think about everything I was told. Just think about this. If we was on these slave ships, it was thousands of us, or hundreds, thousands on the slave ship. They had no bathrooms, right? So y'all gotta realize when you going from Africa to America back then, it probably took months to travel on that ship from Africa to America. Everybody is vomiting on themselves and each other. Everybody is pissing and shitting on themselves around each other. You don't think them fumes from all that toxic chemicals from vomiting, pissing, and shitting is gonna affect those on that ship? That's like a gas chamber in a sense. Like nobody would have made it. Just imagine, listen, just imagine pissing, shitting, and vomiting yourself for like 3 months. And that's 90 days. With no irritation system. Just imagine that. And they survived that? Come on, man. Cut it out. Stop it, but they can't sell. Listen, if y'all believe that, listen, I got a bridge in New York, I'll sell you. Like, that's just, listen, this is just what I think. This is what I feel, man. We was already here in America. The reason why I feel like they told us Africa is the motherland and all civilization came from Africa. We came from Africa is because y'all gotta realize the whole concept of the slave trade was to make you feel like a victim. It's to make you feel like there's a group of people that did something to us they oppressed us, they beat us, they raped us. What that happens is that creates a victim mentality. And whenever you have a victim mentality, you're always blaming others for whatever things you're going through in life. You will never succeed in life. You will never reach higher elevations within yourself in life because you're always complaining. You're always in a victim mindset. It's strategic. Y'all don't think that's strategic? I'm saying, like, listen, if I'm really trying to oppress a group of people, of course I'm going to create a scenario to make them feel like victims. Y'all ain't hear me though, man. Y'all ain't hear me though, because when you come from a victim mindset, you're always blaming, you're always deflecting. You will never grow because it's always someone else's fault. Even when you live in a time where that same group of people is not even doing anything to you, you still feel like it's their fault. That's that's a spell. That's magic. They put magic on y'all. Y'all already know. They listen. Yeah, y'all say witchcraft is demonic and evil. Man, they threw witchcraft on y'all, and y'all fell for it. Like to this day, y'all fell for it. Y'all think y'all come from Africa. Listen, I'm not saying people did come from Africa. I'm not saying that. A lot of us was already here. Facts. We was already here in America, right? Facts. It's a reason they don't talk about Atlantis like that. When you try to look up information on Atlantis, you don't find too much information, but you find a lot of information on ancient Kemet. You find a lot of information on ancient Kush, on Nubia, on Ethiopia, on Sumerians, right? You find Mesopotamians, Aztecs. You find information on that, but you don't find information on the Atlanteans. Why? Because really, Atlantis was really in America, where North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, all them states in that region, that was Atlantis. Atlantis is the ones who taught Tahuti. When Tahuti went back to ancient Kemet and birthed them all that knowledge, where he get that knowledge from? The ancient Atlanteans. That's a whole different story, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole different story. All right. So if they told y'all Africa's a motherland, what's the reverse of that? America. That's this. Listen, this is my thought. Listen, I could be wrong. I don't mind being wrong because really, when I talk to y'all or when I teach, I'm not coming from a point of view where I'm trying to be right. It's not. I'm not trying to be right. I'm just opening up your consciousness. That's it. Allow you to think more. I'm trying to tap into them parts of your mind that is unconscious. You never even enter the realms of your mind. So I introduce thoughts that allow you to see things that you probably never thought or saw before. That's my mission. All right. So okay, we got two more. Darkness is really the truth, and lightness is really the lie. Yes, darkness is really the truth, and lightness is really the lie. We've been taught, especially in religion, to go seek the light, to go follow the light. But y'all don't realize that light that we're following is you coming back out that vagina. Right. Let me repeat that. That light that you follow after you die, because yes, your physical die. They bury the body, but your soul don't die. That soul is really you. That soul leaves the body, right? And that soul go follow a light because we've been taught to follow a light. And that light comes in the form of God, Abraham, Moses, Buddha, Muhammad, Allah, Jesus, Krishna, um, um, Yahweh, like all these different beings that we've been told to follow the light. You follow the light and you come back out the vagina. Masterful. It's masterful, man. A lot of y'all don't believe in reincarnation, but reincarnation does exist. That's why a lot of times, you know, we done had grandparents or people in our family say, y'all don't heard them tell someone you're an old soul. Oh, you're an old soul. You've been here before. So if they were able to tell you that you're an old soul, you've been here before, don't that mean you was here before? You don't only live once here. If they say you've been here before, that means you've been here before. You know what I'm saying? We think when you die, that's it. Nah, that's the illusion. That's the illusion. So we go follow that light, not realizing that light is coming back through the vagina. And y'all gotta realize the reason they did that is because you have demonic entities. Satan really does exist. And Satan is not no red figure with goat clothes and a tail and horns. No, man. Satan is really a nigga, a black person, a melanated god. Fast. Like that's my this that's a, this that's my truth. All right. So the biggest lie they told us was to follow the light because y'all got to realize these entities they feed off human suffering. That this y'all got to realize this is why when you watch this Matrix, everybody's suffering. Everybody is stressed out. Y'all see why it's designed like that? Because these beings are feeding off of it. And in reality, you ain't supposed to follow a light. You supposed to remain in the dark and create light there. Create your own light in that dark. Don't follow a light. That's an illusion. They told you the light, seek the light. The light is everything. And they tell you the darkness is evil, but the light is godly. That's why people wear all white and say they're godly. You wear all dark, they say you evil. Man, technology at its finest, man. We come from the triple darkness. When you in that woman's womb, you come from the triple darkness. Your soul came from dark matter. You are dark. And what's crazy is the carbonated beings like myself, melanated beings, we're dark. That's the true God, man. Not the light. All right. The last one is this, though. Our physical reality is really dreaming. Our dreams is really our physical, our the main reality. Yes, that's the opposite. So when we walk through and navigate through this physical realm every day, I'm talking to y'all physically. We think that this is our reality. No, your dreams are your reality. When you astral travel, that's your reality because your soul is who you are. So when you astral travel, you dream, that's really you navigating through this matrix, navigating through these dimensions. Your body is an illusion. Your physical reality is an illusion. This is the dream. Yes, this is a dream. Your dreams were your reality. Facts. And this is what this is how they try to program us. This is how the matrix program us. Once again, your dreams come from within. When you go to sleep, you're in darkness. You put a seed in darkness under the soil, it grows in the darkness. Now it needs light because that's balance. However, you place it in the darkness gives it birth. The darkness, your dreams. When you close your eyes, all you see is darkness. That's really the reality. The light, your eyes open, that's really the dream. Hey, sometimes I be feel like I'm kind of too deep. I'm sorry, man. I'm glazed. I'm over here glazing myself, man. I'm 53 minutes in, man. Tell me what y'all think. There's other points I could have made up. Like I just freestyled this earlier, right? There's a lot of things I could have made up and made points about how a lot of things the Matrix told us the truth resides in the opposite. I could have gave more examples, but them examples I gave, maybe I'll do a part two sometime in the future. But tell me what y'all think. All right, tell me what y'all think. Am I tweaking? Am I tripping? Yeah, I know they call me Juice the Metaphysical for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I like to give y'all knowledge beyond the physical realm. I just don't talk about relationships, battle raps, lyrics. No, like the true essence of me is to give y'all this knowledge that the Matrix don't give y'all. The Matrix wants y'all to look outwardly, but really your reality is inwardly. That's darkness. Don't follow the light. The light is you following outwardly. The darkness is you going within. Facts. Fast. And what's another thing I was about to say? I was about to say, oh yeah, about the conspiracy theorists. I told y'all the orchestrators of this matrix, which is wizards and sorcerers. They already knew we was coming to the Aquarius age, right? Because they use astrology all the time, but they tell y'all astrology is evil, right? You know what? They tell y'all don't follow the stars astrology, but y'all follow star celebrities. But then the people in third world countries, we call them primitive, but they don't follow star celebrities. They follow stars astrology. Y'all tell me who more godly. They follow nature. Y'all follow celebrities who don't do shit for y'all. Hey, I'm out. Tell me what y'all think in the comments, man. Peace, love, and light, man. Juice the metaphysical. What? I'm out. Peace.